Hey folks, Peter S. here with the Mayday movement. I want to go over some general guidance for Mayday on the Mall, sometimes referred to as Camp Mayday or the Mayday Movement or Mayday Movement USA. This is in particular for our work on the mall, but probably the work in general. So, and the expectation is that everyone who's involved with Mayday would know this stuff that I'm about to go over. It's on the wiki, on the About page, and it says General Guidance is what it's called. So I wanted to go over it to address any questions that folks might have about it. If you have questions, just drop them there, whatever. But okay, so the thing we're here to achieve. Why are we here? We're here to get President Trump impeached and removed. That's it. That's the goal. That's the goal. Okay, how are we going to achieve this? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lobby and educate congressional members and staffs. And we need to sway them and bring them to the point of supporting impeachment and removal. So we also are going to raise awareness and educate the community at large because everyone needs to understand what's going on and why this is the appropriate response. And thirdly, we're going to create art. We're going to create a lot of art. It's going to be fun. Okay, so we're going to do this in real life and we're going to do it virtually. In real life, we're focused on Mayday on the Mall. So on the National Mall, we're going to be within sight of the Capitol starting on May 1st. And this is going to serve as our base of operations in Washington, D.C. For the in real life stuff that we're doing. The virtual work that we do will allow anyone from anywhere to participate and let their voice be heard. So there is both a in real life and a virtual component. The in real life is focused in D.C. because that's where Congress is, and we're trying to sway them. They're the ones that need to get on board. So, and lastly, in terms of how we're going to achieve this goal, we're going to abide by a commitment to nonviolence. Okay, here are our priorities. So anybody who's doing any work for the Mayday movement, these are the priorities. So every decision should be weighed against these, and these are rank ordered. So there are only four priorities. One, safety of participants and the public. Mayday participants and the public. Safety of. That's it. So every decision. Okay. These are the other three priorities. A legislature that supports the Constitution, a public that understands the stakes, and art that speaks to the soul. Those are the priorities. Okay. So there are certain limitations and constraints that are driving decisions that we make. And they should be driving decisions that everybody makes within the movement when they're doing work. And so the first is this is going to be a permitted event. There's no sleeping on the National Mall or in public spaces in the federal core. Full stop. Okay? Just get that right there. We're going to focus on our panel on the National Mall. We control the pad, and we can influence the surrounding panels. We're going to be advised by legal counsel. Other protest efforts are going to be taking place in Washington, D.C. at the same time. We're committed to nonviolence and the right to free speech. Long-term protest events require leaning into multidisciplinary mutual aid. Long-term protest events require leaning into multidisciplinary mutual aid. That means we're not relying on hotel. We're going to not rely on hotel rooms. We can't. We're going to have to rely on couches and spare bedrooms, as an example. Okay. Lastly, in terms of limitations and constraints, the president has made violent physical and legal threats against protesters who utilize their First Amendment rights. So, know that. Okay. So, as a group, we've existed since, or as an idea, as an idea of an effort, we've existed since the 25th of February. Today is the 8th of April. We've made a few decisions along the way. Here are the key decisions that everybody should know. Our goal is President Trump's impeachment and removal. There are many ways to say the goal, and there are many ways to share the goal. Okay? So, but the goal is the Orange Thugs, I'm sorry, that's not what it says. It says President Trump's impeachment and removal. Okay, the purpose, the mission, and the work of Camp Mayday, Mayday on the Mall, Mayday Movement USA, is to conduct protest operations in the three branches of congressional ops, community ops, and art response. The site on the mall is not really the protest. The protest is the congressional ops, the community ops, and the art response. Okay. So we're going to use a facilitated, proven planning methodology to drive weekly action. We're using a modified incident command system approach. Very modified, but okay. We're going to use a proven, defined community structure for action to place volunteers and ensure all the critical tasks are being completed. We have this structure for action. It looks like an org chart. We're not calling it an org chart. It's a community structure. Anyway, if we need it, it's probably on the chart. Okay. We're going to, this one's already been redecided, so this is funny. So we can get smarter. We reserve the right to get smarter. This one says I need to change it, but right now what it says is we will remain an unincorporated association and utilize a political action committee for our funding efforts. It turns out that's not what we're doing. We are an incorporated 501c4 in Washington State, and we may have a PAC. That's a new decision. Should probably clean this up. Okay, we're committed to acting in a nonviolent manner. That's not going to change. We're committed to acting in a nonviolent manner. Okay. We believe art is best created by people, as it is a window into the soul. We will not use or encourage AI-created works. The people have spoken. Okay. We will abide by the superintendent's compendium for the National Mall and Memorial Parks, which is dated November 18th, 2024, and was last updated on December 5th, 2024, and it was published online at the nps.gov website. The link is there on the wiki. And we accessed it on 22 March. That's the set of rules that we're following. I would recommend everybody read them. They're fantastic bureaucratic reading. I mean, as one fed to another, I'm like, that's good work. Okay. We will encourage other people and other organizations to seek permits for panels on the mall and to conduct their own protest operations. It's a big mall. We need lots of people. So, the only PII that we will collect or ask for is a first name and initial. It doesn't even have to be real. It can be a pseudonym. A first name and initial. Your preferred pronouns, your signal ID with your checksum, like I'm Peter.1790. Your Proton email address, like I'm Peter, all lowercase, Peter.mayday proton.me. And your Discord display name, Peter S. for me, initiative coordinator and permit holder. Unless by law we're required to collect and maintain additional PII. So, for instance, I'm a named member of the 501c4. So, my real name, we have my real name, probably, and my social security number too, and my address. So, but that was required by law because we had to provide it. So, anyway, there we are. Okay, and then every section, branch, group, or team lead should maintain a list of digital assets used with their credentials. Community continuity, every list should be shared with the special staff leader or their designee. Details will be forthcoming. Okay, so those are decisions which we have made, key decisions. Unless we get smarter, they're going to stick. Okay, actions for everyone to complete. Okay, so if you're involved in Mayday at all, as a volunteer, as an interested person, as a member, as a hosted protester, as a guest, as a constituent, whatever you want to say. Like if you're interested in, there's some things that everybody should do, and here they are. Okay, so on social media platforms that you already have a presence, we're not saying go out and make new ones. Follow and like the Mayday Movement USA accounts. Okay, just follow and like and repost their content at least every day. Make at least one repost. We ask everybody to do that. Okay. The second thing, the second thing is contact your elected federal representatives. Like, do it daily. I call every morning. I call every morning at 9. I'm in Virginia, so I'm Senator Kaine, and then Senator Warner, and then my congressman. I'm done by 9:15. It takes about 15 minutes. There's an app that you can use called 5 Calls. Yeah, I know I'm only making 3. Anyway, the phone's preferred, but that may not be your preference, so you can write, do what works for you, but make those contacts daily and always use the words impeach and remove. So they got to start hearing us talk about it. So if you leave a message, use the words impeach and remove. If you talk to a staffer, use the words impeach and remove. I call every day. I call every day at the same time. I'm keeping a list of who the staffers are. But I mean, over time, I'm calling Congressman Conley's office and it's Bella or it's Sydney. And anyway, okay, so call daily. And lastly, every day, tell 3 people about the movement. Ask them to share with 3 people. So that's it. That's our general guidance. That's for everybody. What I just went over, it's on the wiki as general guidance. It is the top part to every incident action plan. This is the stuff that drives the decision making. Should be driving the decision making for everybody. I would call upon you to remember our priorities. So, and how we're going to achieve the goal. If you have any questions, get in touch. See you on the mall. We're going to have a good summer. It's going to be a lot of art, a lot of music, a lot of lobbying Congress, a lot of holding signs, a lot of protesting. So we start on May 1st. Some key events, key dates that are already in my mind. May 1st, when we start, Mayday, of course. May 4th, may the 4th be with you. Flag Day, my grandparents' anniversary. Grandparents, Dot and Dada, married on Flag Day. I hear we're going to have a big party on Flag Day to celebrate the flag and to celebrate the Constitution. We're going to be celebrating the Constitution at Mayday on the Mall on Flag Day. the flag and the Constitution, and abiding by the Constitution and the things the Constitution says that must be done. And the list we just went over are going to guide our actions. So we'll see you on the mall. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.